Huckabee. This week, Donald Trump met with North Korean leader Kim Jong Un. It was weird, but flirtatious enough to warrant a second date. Trump even made Kim a promposal video.
A new world can begin today. One of friendship, respect, and goodwill. Two men, two leaders, one destiny. When a man is presented with one chance that may never be repeated. Featuring President Donald Trump and Chairman Kim Jong Un. One choice. What if?
I think this video is beautiful. I always wanted to see what it would look like if a MaxiPad commercial and a karaoke video had a baby. The meeting did produce a few concrete items, even if they're the kind of hollow concrete Trump uses in his trashy hotels. The president has agreed to give up conducting military exercises on the Korean peninsula. Now, this may sound like a huge concession from Trump, but you have to remember what he said in The Art of the Deal. I'm an idiot. The suspension of war games was a big surprise to our South Korean allies who were under the impression that they were, our allies.
South Korea appears to have been blindsided by Trump's change of heart on war games. U.S. officials could not confirm that Trump had told counterparts in Seoul about the plan to suspend military exercises.
They shouldn't be surprised. This is how Trump ends all his relationships. They're lucky they didn't bump into each other in Aspen wearing the same snowsuit. He also announced a freeze on any new U.S. sanctions against North Korea because Trump isn't about to economically screw North Korea like they're a bunch of savage Canadians. This summit may feel like a victory for the United States, if only because Trump didn't tweet us into nuclear war. But our president does not deserve a medal, no matter how much some of his supporters are shouting the N-word. No, not that N-word. I mean, this time, at least. That's my least favorite chant I've heard Trump supporters use, other than Jews will not replace us. Although I am excited to see Trump campaign for this in earnest. I deserve Nobel much more than no-energy Mahatma Gandhi and low-ratings Mother Teresa jobs. Not to mention, if that giant medallion winds up in the Trump home, you just know Don Jr.'s eventually gonna break it trying to buy 1,000 cans of Surge from a vending machine. He is not intelligent. It seems the real winner of this summit was Kim Jong Un, and not just because he found a Toblerone in his seat cushion. Oh, maybe he is blessed. The Supreme Leader left the summit legitimized as a nuclear power and glowing brighter than enriched uranium. And all Trump got in return was the same pledge of future denuclearization that North Korea has made and broken numerous times over the last 25 years. Actually, he didn't even get that. Kim did not commit to the outcome Trump has been promising, namely the complete, verifiable, and irreversible denuclearization of North Korea. Instead, he simply agreed to work toward denuclearization. I know it's confusing since they sound like the same thing. It's kind of like the difference between holding on to your virginity and holding on to your virginity. What I'm saying is North Korea can still maintain a nuclear program, but only in the butt. Of course, I know, it's serious. Of course, this is all just a distraction from the most disturbing story of the week, and I don't really even want to get into it, but it's important to address it. Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson are engaged. I know, I'm worried too. I treasure them both, but they've only been dating for a few weeks. I mean, given their height difference, that's not even long enough for them to figure out how to safely kiss. Does she stand on a ladder? What if it's Christmas time and he accidentally kisses the elf on the shelf? Okay, obviously that isn't really the most disturbing story of the week, but I'd much rather dwell on that than the actual real one.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions says domestic and gang violence will generally not be considered grounds for asylum. Sessions ruled today in a Board of Immigration Appeals case involving a woman from El Salvador whose asylum status was upheld in 2016 on claims that she was a victim of domestic violence.
So the thing about Pete and Ariana is that the only possible couple portmanteau name is Periana, which sounds like Rihanna-branded period panties, which I would totally buy. Okay. Focus.
And as you all well know, one of our major difficulties today is the asylum process. The asylum system is being abused.
Well, now I know you're full of it, because if the asylum system was being abused, you just say tough titties and send it to Guatemala. Honestly, I don't even know what to say about this. I think even Trump's own administration doesn't want to talk about it, since they announced it just hours before the least violent handshake Trump's ever given. But they weren't counting on the birds who braid my hair every morning and read me every news story about bad things happening to women. Oh, I hate those birds. And yes, immigration law is always brutal. Yes, it has always been difficult for domestic violence victims to get asylum. But the difference between a slim chance of safety and no chance at all matters. That difference is as great as the height difference between Pete and Ariana. Leave me alone, it's my self-care. We'll be right back.